Hey everyone, Pip from Premier Team Building here. Thanks for tuning in to another one of our leadership videos. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe down below. That way you can keep updated with everything Premier Team Building, and you can use these tools to help develop your business and your team. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help develop your staff to ensure that they give you their very best and your customers receive the best treatment possible, and in turn, boost your sales. Today, we're talking to you about team building versus team bonding. If you want to read more, you can find our leadership blog details down below where we talk a bit more about this. Now, team bonding and team building events are terms that get thrown around a fair amount, and it can cause a lot of confusion about which one's better, which one suits what benefits. Team bonding events are commonly done as an in-house kind of activity. Perhaps your team has been very successful at a project, you've got a bunch of new people, you're trying to unite a couple different departments, there's interpersonal issues, and the goal really is simple: bond as a group. We commonly see this where someone says, hey, Jack and Jill have an issue, we need to resolve this, it's causing issues within the workplace, and someone says, hey, let's go for drinks, let's do dinner, let's take the team to a sporting event, let's just hang out. And the idea behind it is great. The motivation to help your team overcome a challenge is fantastic. However, the follow-through can sometimes be lacking. If you do this as a self-managed team bonding event, there's a good chance you could actually do more harm than good. If Jack and Sally do have issues and they're not interacting with each other properly, there's a good chance that the entire team knows about this. And it's a really good chance that if you do a social event, people within the team are actually going to keep Jack and Sally away from one another. Now, they're doing that for what they think is a benefit to the team, benefit to Jack and Sally. They really want to, make sure Jack and Sally don't cause any problems, but it's really a self-serving reaction where they don't want any outbursts or any arguments to really ruin their time. So they keep these two people away. But what if Jack and Sally want to actually reunite and rectify this issue? If everyone around them is keeping them apart, they can't do that. So a self-run event as such could actually push these two people away and reminds everybody about these issues. And it doesn't really allow them to overcome anything. Also, if you're doing a staff drink or dinner or even sporting events, quite often we find people sit within what we call the communication triangle. They talk with people in front and to their sides. They don't cross over those lines because that's rude. You're interjecting into a conversation, you're eavesdropping, you're blocking somebody out from talking. So a lot of the times, people only talk with the people quite close to them. Next time you're out at a restaurant, whatever it might be, look at your friends or look at other larger tables, and you can actually see that there's multiple little conversations going. Now, those people are all together, but they're not together. They're all in their own little groups. And that's what happens with a lot of these staff bonding events, is everyone's in one place, which is what you wanted. However, they're still only interacting with their cliques, basically. So they're not actually united as a group. So your goal of bringing the team together hasn't really been achieved. You've just taken everybody out, but they're all still in their own groups. Jack and Sally aren't interacting, everyone's keeping them apart, and you really don't want to go out of your way, which is not uncommon, to really drag those people together and say, hey, you gotta fix this, because you don't want to be viewed as the boss. The second you put the boss hat on, it's no longer that social thing, it's now a work event. And you don't want that. You want to be that social thing, so people don't really go out of their way to make that happen because it changes the dynamics of the event. So by doing a self-run team bonding event, you run the chance of reminding everybody of these issues and not actually solving anything, and you could actually perpetuate these problems and cause more damage over the long term. However, team bonding events are fantastic for well-oiled, well-cohesive teams. The way we like to think of a team bonding events is what you do to manage. It's your regular service of your team. Your car's running well, you don't wait until it breaks down to take it to the mechanic, you take it to regular services to make sure it's running well. That's where team bonding events, especially self-managed team bonding events, fit in really well. If you're looking for something to do, we would recommend set it in your calendars for your team. A monthly coffee catch up in the morning or after work or something, but make it a ritual. Forget who turns up. If the numbers fluctuate from month to month, that's fine. The goal is to set a standard, to create a habit that this is what the team does regardless of what's going on. And there's times you might be the only person, but that doesn't mean you cancel it. It means you push through because you know the team will come back together. It could have been a long week, but it's really important to recognize if you're having troubles, if the engine's not working well, don't wait for the next service. Step up and do something different. Otherwise, a team bonding event might do more harm than it could good. Team building events. Now, team building events are a holistic activity. They're commonly done by a professional agency like ourselves who will come in, find out your needs, your objectives, your goals, do some research of their own, and they'll come up with some activities and a program that will bring your group together, creating a bond, which is what you want with the team bonding, while also getting back to the basics. Some people find team building activities hard to swallow and hard to understand. How can me stacking these logs end on end have any relationship to what I do back in the workplace? Well, you're looking simply at the medium and not the message. It's really important to look at the core basics of what these team building activities do. They help develop problem-solving skills, communication, trust, and they really do boost morale and create a stronger bond within your group. Team building activities are fun and have to include a bonding aspect. It's crucial for a team to have a strong bond. So you need to make sure that your team building activities also include the team bonding. They do overlap, but only the team building overlaps with team bonding, where team bonding activity will quite often overlook a lot of those skills. Now, if you're dealing with a good team building company, they're going to have a fantastic idea of ethics, morale, leadership, and customer service. And they're going to be helping you develop these skills within your team and make sure that they suit your business. These team building events should be fun. If they're not fun, you haven't communicated your needs effectively, or unfortunately, you've chosen the wrong company to suit your needs. It's really important to make sure that what you want is being addressed. You're the customer, you have needs, vocalize that, and make sure that who you're dealing with is able to meet those expectations for you. Through the team building activity, you're going to develop a lot of skills which will be transferable back to the business. And if you work with a results-based company, you'll see those results back through the business month on month end. That way, you're going to really develop as a team, and it also gives your team some memories that they can rally around. They can flash back. If it's been a really hard week or been a really struggling presentation or project, you can show photos or videos from your team building event to cause that positive memory flashback, and they all come back together as one united team and go, I remember that. I remember taking the pie to the face, the bucket of water on my head, and it helps them bond again and unite. That's where the team building will overlap with the team bonding, and you'll get the most out of your investment. Now, a lot of people want to know, do you need to use an outside agency to do team bonding or team building activities? As a professional, I would always recommend yes. And you'll see in one of our other videos, Leave It to the Professionals, where the benefits lie. However, you can do these yourselves. However, there are some challenges you might face. I won't go into too much detail about that because we'll cover that in one of our other videos. So make sure you subscribe so you can find out more about that later. You can also go to our website and sign up for our blog. That way you keep up to date with that. But if you want to do these team building activities yourself, that's fine. Just make sure you really do some research about the activities you want to do and the benefits you're actually wanting to receive. There's a good chance, however, that if this is not what you typically do, your team's going to have a hard time seeing you in this role. It can also be a us versus them, much more of a being talked down to versus a team thing. If you, the manager, comes in and says, we need to do some team building, automatically they're going to think there's something wrong with them. You're in charge, you're leading them through these activities. There's a strong possibility they're going to feel talked down too. Whereas if you bring a professional in who's an outside agent, they're not going to target any one person. They're going to work for the group's whole benefit. Now, if you wanted Jack and Sally to interact with one another through a team bonding activity, a company like ourselves can do that. We're able to alter group dynamics, change partners at different times to ensure that Jack and Sally work together without them realizing. So you're not having to be the heavy and make people do what you want. You're having us do that for you in a fun, relaxed way, and you're part of the team. You're mixed in with them. You're not above them telling them what to do. You're involved. You're being made a fool. You're the one getting a bucket of water on their head or the pie to the face. You're part of the team because you know that you're a team player and you're also part of the problem if the team's not working well. If you have any questions about the difference between team bonding and team building events, please, our contact details are in the description. Also, leave us a comment. We would love to hear about you and your team. And if you need any help, please let us know. We offer free team assessments to all potential customers to let them know what styles of programs and skills would best suit them. Building a team is a serious game, and we play to win. Thanks, and have a great day.